Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Titus Andronicus, Shakespeare's glorious play, and we get to hear from Aaron again today in Act 4, Scene 2. So this play, I mean, we're at the baby murder point of this play. We've had beheadings, we've had banishments, we've had rape, we've had mutilations, we've had people cutting their own hands off. And at this particular point in the play, well, we started out this scene with young Lucius bringing some weapons to Chiron and Demetrius as a like gift of peace or token of well-being, whatever. But there was a piece of poetry by Horace wrapped around the weapons that Aaron recognized as actually a threat from Titus. So Aaron knows that Titus knows that it was Chiron and Demetrius that did to Lavinia what they did to Lavinia. So he's feeling a little bit threatened at this point, but then everybody gets distracted by the fact that Tamara just had a baby, and this baby doesn't look anything like the Emperor. It has the wrong color skin, has color skin that matches Aaron instead. So Tamara had the baby sent to Aaron with the directive that Aaron should kill this kid, and Aaron is like, no, he's my son, I'm not killing him, I'm not going to do that. And Chiron and Demetrius are both sort of ashamed on behalf of their mother. They think that this is a terrible thing that's been done. And in right before yesterday's monologue, we had like the first yo mama joke where they're like, what have you done? And I've done your mother, villain, basically is what Aaron said. But in yesterday's monologue, he was like, this is my kid. Anybody tries to touch my kid, you're going to get killed. And Chiron and Demetrius continue on with the, oh my goodness, this is such an indignity to my mother. How can I bear this indignity done to my mother? And Aaron says, why, there's the privilege your beauty bears. Fie, treacherous hue that will betray with blushing the close acts and counsels of the heart. Here's a young lad framed of another leer. Look, how the black slave smiles upon the father, as who should say, old lad, I am thine own. He is your brother, lords, sensibly fed of that self-blood that first gave life to you, and from that womb where you imprisoned were, he is enfranchised and come to light. Nay, he is your brother by the surer side, although my seal be stamped in his face. So what Aaron is saying here is basically check your privilege. You're a couple of white guys that are lucky enough to be able to say, no, we don't want this black person around, this black child around. But what Aaron is saying is really, he is your brother. Your mother gave birth to him. He came from the same womb that you did. So he's the same as you. He's lucky just like you. He's royalty just like you, all of those sorts of things. And you know, check yourself, check your privilege, check what it is that you're saying about my kid. So they're like, the nurse is like, well, so what should we tell the Empress about all of this? And Aaron's like, all right, let's sit down and talk about this for a second, because first of all, how many people know that this baby exists and looks like this? And the nurse is like, well, it's just me and one other like nurse type woman, midwife type woman, and then obviously the Empress. And Aaron's like, okay, so it's just the three of you. So what we're going to do is, and he stabs and kills the nurse. And Demetrius is like, what? And Aaron's response is going to be tomorrow's monologue. So let's see you then for that. Mwah.